Who the hell was that? This happened at around 15 years ago and nothing became of it, but it was so weird I think about it regularly. I was 16 years old at the time. It was early evening, so getting dark but not yet pitch black, and I was walking home from the bus stop after seeing some friends. I just turned from the main road onto my quiet street when I heard my name being called by a male voice. I was still trying to figure out where the noise was coming from when I see a guy jumping out of a car and jogging towards me smiling. Again he says my name and asks me how I've been. As he's getting closer I'm waiting for the penny to drop, but even when he's close up I realize I do not know this man, lol, and it's clear from my face I'm confused. Seeing my confusion he says, "Don't you remember me?" "It's me. X," and I say, "No, sorry, I don't remember meeting you before. How do you know my name?" He says something incredibly vague, that he's my ex's friend, and I say okay, but what's my ex's name then, and he starts laughing. I'm absolutely convinced we had never crossed paths before in our lives, and he looked like he was in his 20s, so how would he know my ex, who was my age? He still had this unwavering, creepy smile on his face. I think he was either high or drunk, but I started to feel unnerved and wanted to end the conversation ASAP. He asks me to come hang out with him and I say no, sorry, need to get home. He's being insistent, but I'm being firm and saying I need to get home, I'll get in trouble if I'm late, my parents are expecting me, etc., and I just try to end the conversation politely by saying nice to see you, but I have to go, and I start walking away. He seems to accept it and thankfully goes back to his car, and I feel relieved to see him drive away. Until I turn the corner, he's parked literally over my house's drive and is standing outside his car. Again with the weird intense smile. Now I'm fully freaking out, he's blocking my entrance to my house, I can't figure out if it's a fluke or if he knows where I live, but I don't want to walk into my home while he's there. I literally stop in my tracks and he again walks towards me and starts with the, "Come hang out, we'll go for a drive," etc. I'm freaked out and also annoyed at the fact that he's not leaving it alone, so I say, "Dude, I don't know you, I'm not going to go for a drive with some random guy." He then laughs and points to his car and says, "But I'm with my friend," and for the first time I look into the car and see a girl looking at me. She looks high out of her mind and is just staring directly at me. Honestly, my heart dropped looking at her face, she looked miserable and so spaced out. I can't remember how I got rid of him, but I just stood my ground and kept saying, "No, I don't want to go for a drive, I'm going home," etc. I stood in the same spot, there was no way I was going into my house while he was there, until he eventually gave up, got back in the car and drove away, all while this girl still stared at me. Like I said, nothing ever came from it, I never saw the guy again, I have no idea how he knew my name. The girl in the car looked older than me, in her early 20s most likely, so at the time I assumed she knew what she was doing, but every so often I think of her and wonder if she needed help. Or maybe it was all innocent, I hope she's okay though.